Yeah, I mean, honestly, prior to my friend Rob meeting his dog and meeting Nikita's dog, I was terrified. Because all you ever see on the news is pit bulls kill toddler, unattended pit bulls kill neighborhood cats. Like, I just realized after owning a golden retriever who was fantastic with kids, and then seeing one who's neurotic and bites, it's totally how they're raised.
The environment in which they're raised is key. What mom and dad are like is key, because behavior can be a genetic trait as well. And if mom and dad have some issues, the chances of the pups having some issues are always there as well. And there's a link in predators, which dogs are, between acclimating to seeing the prey, getting ready to chase, chasing, biting, shaking, killing, and consuming it. Mm-hmm. The only difference between a border collie and a wolf are the last few pieces of that segment. And over years, through lots and lots of breeding and some self-evolution by the dogs, we've taken that sequence out. Pops back in occasionally.
There's a couple videos on my Facebook page you can definitely use. One of them is the day we were here and my dad had given him the old canvas one, like the Remington camouflage one. Mm-hmm. He just took it from me and ran.
And a lot of things we typically do because we're primates, and our DNA is programmed to do that, like hugging, patting on the top of the head, are all things that makes dogs really, really uncomfortable. Yeah. In the grand scheme of things, it's amazing that more people aren't bitten than they are, because the dogs are much better at being resilient and being smart about things than we are a lot of times. Leo, which is this poor dog. I don't know if you're filming or not.
No, yeah, I am.
This poor dog had like 4 names when I first got him. Since he was all black, he was going to be Hades, the Dark Lord of the Underworld. But then I'm like, that's so stereotypical. Like, what's your pit bull's name? Killer. What's your pit bull's name? Tiny. I'm like, I can't name him Hades. He's so sweet.
Dog owner. The black lab, it just came out of nowhere. The dog lunged at a jogger when it was running by and just bit. So it's one of those things too that the media and society doesn't help when they launch onto these stigmas. Years ago, it was the German Shepherd and the Doberman. So it seems like we go in these cycles.
Like a generation thing.
Exactly.
Like
and so for us, we're the generation of dog fighting. Yeah. And so we've created that. And it's unfortunate that we don't stop to realize we as a society have done that. They didn't come into this world fighting. And they're also a stronger dog. So when a strong dog, they're going to have more muscle behind a bite than a Pomeranian. So that Pomeranian is not going to make the news, even though it can bite and be just as aggressive.
Now, if we look at dogs doing damage, I have a colleague who consulted on a court case of a Pomeranian that killed an infant. So,
really?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not just all about this breed of dog or that breed of dog. Even a Pomeranian who's really not built for it and doesn't have the size, there's a recorded case of one that killed an infant.
But how do you feel like that the 4 dogs you have outside now, how do you feel like you know them well enough that they wouldn't? I mean, how do we know that Abby won't?
I don't know. But I'm going to say, in all my years of having dogs, the only dog I've ever had was a Dalmatian that nipped at yourself. Otherwise than that, we've had German Shepherds. We've had...
Because Dalmatians have a history of being biters too. So
they do. And, we've never owned one since. Mm. If my beagles would nip at somebody, I would probably get rid of them all. Destroy the one that nipped, and get rid of them all. I mean, it's just the trust factor. I mean, as much as I love them, I couldn't